Think that.
Comes down. There you go. Crash.
It's not better than the kids playing soccer.
That was the worst.
You haven't seen this kid
That was
playing
a
soccer?
disaster.
I know, because when I first saw it, I was like, all right. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman, and I'm joined by my usual cohorts, the Professor Russ Stevens, Uncle Joe McLaughlin, and he's the barber to the stars, Hollywood Pete McGilvery. Well, we have another great show for you tonight, so boys, let's get it started. And this is going to be the first time we've ever started with the Bruins, okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
Must be very slow.
Right.
First and last.
Yeah, it's March 2nd. We start with the Bruins because it was trading deadline time on Monday, all right? And first of all, I think I can speak for all employers across the country is, can they change the trading deadline time from the mid-afternoon time to maybe late evening, right?
7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah, because you know there's a lot of guys who are at the draft tracker, right, every 2 seconds and not doing any work.
Refresh.
Yeah, right. So, all right, well, the trading deadline came and went, and we thought at first that Louis Eriksson would be gone, but he's still here.
Still here. Yeah, I thought for sure that they'd try to move him, but I think that they think they can sign him.
Okay.
And they must.
Right.
Yeah.
And nothing stops him from signing him right
A
now.
little more time to get the job done.
Right.
Yeah, and also there is this thing where it's a hard cap league. You know, that hard salary cap is hard to get past. If he does walk, you are gaining, you know, some relief on the salary cap. So people are saying, well, oh my God, he walks for nothing. There's no benefit whatsoever.
Well, he doesn't walk for nothing, you know, and remember, the Bruins don't owe the talk show hosts anything.
That's exactly
They don't
right.
owe them any big news stories, and they're all
Right.
going to whine and cry about it. Who they owe is the season ticket holders who want to go to playoff games, and keeping Louis Eriksson gets them to the
Yeah, they should
playoffs,
keep-
and
That's a
maybe
great
gets
point.
them into
That's a great
another...
point, yeah.
No, but they got to keep Louis Eriksson long term, or all of a sudden you're like, what did we get for Sagan again?
Right.
Squat. That's what it comes down to.
Well-
is you can't have Sagan, you know, putting up the huge numbers for the next 5-10 years, and you have nothing to show for it.
Well, Louis Eriksson, what we're seeing now is what we were supposed to get, but he got smoked and hit in the head, and that, you know,
Right off the bat, that's right.
This is what they thought they were getting.
Right, but they got to spend money on somebody, and they should spend money on Louis Eriksson.
But they spend money. I mean, they're always up against the cap. They spend to the cap every single year.
Right, but at some point you got
Chris
to,
Kelly got a lot.
but you got to keep your best players.
Yeah, you got to sign the right guys.
Yeah.
I mean, their problem is, to Pete's point, is they signed a whole bunch of guys they shouldn't have signed, re-signed. Chris Kelly got a mint.
Chiarelli fell in love with every player that was on that 11
Right.
team. And if you were on that 11 team, he signed you for whatever it was.
Right.
Now, the story of the draft this year was who didn't get moved.
Right.
You know, a lot of guys thought they were going to be, you know, having an apartment somewhere else, but nobody got moved.
Boy, I love the Rangers getting stalled.
And if it
I
came
love that.
down to,
Boy, what a robbery.
if it really came down to trading Louis Eriksson for a couple of second-round picks, I mean, you and I talked about this. I'd rather have him on the team now. If you're only going to get a couple of second-round picks for him,
Yeah.
make a run in the playoffs and see what you can
They
get.
either think they're going to go to the second round, or they think they're going to re-sign him.
Yeah,
They would have.
I think that's
There had to
right.
be a dance partner somewhere.
Well, they just need to
If you're
re-sign him.
Louis Eriksson.
They need to re-sign him before he gets into free agency. When Sweeney goes to the press conference and said, well, you know, we'll just compete against all the other teams for Eriksson. No, that's not how it works. You have this window with him, you get in a room, and you guys both don't leave
They
until
tried.
you sign.
couldn't sign him.
They need to sign him.
Well, his agent won't, it'll be just like John Lester. The agent's not going to just sign him away until he sees a few more offers.
So who's the guy?
He wouldn't be doing his job if he didn't.
Right.
Who's the guy? Stepniak. He's a 20-goal scorer this year. He's got 16 goals, right?
Right.
This is 19.
He's played for 8 or 9 teams.
But he's a guy who actually was trying to get a tryout with the Bruins in the summer, and
He's a plug-and-play guy who happened to have a good year.
Have a nice year.
Well, they offered him the same contract as the Isles did. He went to the Isles because he's got a friend in management there.
Right.
I like the defenseman they picked up. He looked pretty good last night.
Yeah.
I know, but these guys are
There's
just
only one
mothers.
team in
Well,
the East.
rental
There's only
league.
one team in the, well, maybe Tampa Bay. Those are two good teams. But, as we all know, playoff hockey, your goalie gets hot, a couple of these guys get hot, you win a couple series, now all of a sudden you could be in the Eastern Conference Finals, and we're all pretty happy at that point in
Right,
time.
right. Do they think they're going to go all the way with this team?
Probably not.
Sure.
I don't
Yeah.
think they.
I think Joe's right, though. You better give the people some playoff games.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Or else you miss the playoffs 2
Yeah.
years in a row with the kind of prices you got to pay in the Garden.
$3.30 a ticket.
Yeah, so if, right, I didn't pay it. I would not have paid $3.30. $3.30 maybe, yeah. Okay, if the Bruins get out in the first round, okay, we'll assume they make the playoffs. If they're out in the first round, could Sweeney's and Neely's job be?
No.
No way.
No
They're
way.
on the honeymoon.
They are.
See, I
He's only been on the job 6 months.
No, Neely though, Neely has skated on
Yeah,
this.
well, yeah.
Neely has skated. Neely dealt Sagan. I know that Chiarelli gets nailed for that. That Sagan trade doesn't happen unless Neely wants Sagan gone. And we saw that on that show that they do. Yeah, they want him gone.
Behind the beam.
Yeah, Neely has skated up to now. They missed the heat will come on Neely if we miss the playoffs this year.
The Bruins have been a puzzle. First the Sagan thing. Here's a kid, he's 23 years old, he scores 50 goals, and you launch him. Now you got Dougie Hamilton, who's the cornerstone of the franchise.
The replacement
You
for
launch
Chara,
him.
right?
And the circumstances surrounding them are a mystery in both cases.
That's exactly right.
Right?
Yeah, right.
And the thing is, it's one thing to launch these guys, but what did you get back? You got a boatload of guys. You got Riley Smith, he's gone. Frazier, I think, just got traded again the other
Yeah,
day.
right.
You've got Joe Morrow, who isn't good enough to make the team now because they brought in Lyles. This is all for the Sagan deal. And Louis Eriksson.
Right.
If the Bruins management are trading these guys because of off-the-ice stuff, and we're talking about 22-year-old Canadian guys, that's ridiculous, okay? They should be allowed to party, they should be allowed to say maybe
That's hockey, that's
Which
hockey.
makes you wonder how severe things were. The Dougie Hamilton thing was just a mystery. We all knew Sagan was, acting his age, but the Dougie Hamilton wanting out, that just
Yeah.
came out of the sky.
Yeah. Yeah, right, they gotta work with these guys.
I'm pointing it at Neely. If
Yeah.
they miss the playoffs and this team underachieves again, you got to start to look at Neely because it's under his watch.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it did look like they had a good core of young defensemen with Hamilton, Krug, coming up.
I really believe that with the Bruins situation, Sweeney and Neely, the guys that are underneath that executive level, the scouts, the guys with the laptops at the table that are making the personnel choices, haven't been very great.
No.
That's right. The guys that they've been drafting and the guys that they've been trading for, not so good. The P.J. Axelson guys that these guys are listening to.
Yeah.
These guys are making their choices based on what they're telling them.
Great point.
It's like the old
They're
Tom
team
Yawkey
guys,
stuff.
they're competitors. They want to win every game,
Yeah.
And we forgot to mention Harvard's own Don Sweeney.
Sweeney.
And I've never, usually, Don Sweeney, when you see him in press conferences, he has this clueless look on his face always, like he just saw a ghost. So he may be the stupidest guy that ever came out of Harvard. So I just want to mention that.
Shirley went to Harvard.
Yeah, second stupidest guy to Peter Shirley. All right. Wow, we've got to stop with the Harvard guys after this because, it's just not working out. So no more trades for the Bruins. They're not good at it. So breaking news from
Brookline's the largest employer, too.
What's it, right?
Harvard University.
Harvard University. Breaking news out of the Grandstanders desk. In Patriots, Scott Chandler and Brandon LaFell were cut within the last half an hour. Not a big surprise, boys, right?
Thank you,
How are they
Brian.
going to fill
They were so productive last year.
But Brandon LaFell, we have to give him his props. He played very well in the Super Bowl.
And then fell off a cliff.
He
Yeah.
made the tough catches and couldn't make the easy catches.
Right.
Right. And Chandler, and I would say, I thought Chandler was a great acquisition.
He was your boy.
Yeah. And I kept on holding the torch, right? For a
did.
long
To the very
time.
Tight ends, we were going to.
Why isn't Chandler playing?
Yeah, right. Yeah, we get in the red zone, we get these monsters coming. And they tried that in the exhibition season and the first few games. He just didn't want to play anymore, right? Soft.
Yeah, I think soft.
Yeah, complete failure. And Brandon LaFell, soft too, right? And
He
so
was hurt, though, too.
we're in the market for wide receivers, guys. We're going to see a
Yes,
lot
we
of
are.
new wide
Yeah,
receivers
we will.
here.
Absolutely.
So Brookline's own Tom Brady just signed in an extension for 2 more years up to 2019. Now, boys, are we that lucky in our Boston sports life that we could possibly have 4 more years of the great Tom
20
Brady?
years of Tom Brady.
It is something to look forward to. It changes your Sundays, doesn't it?
Right, but
And Tom, if you're not doing anything on Wednesday nights, we have
yeah, right.
something else. for you.
Even Giselle could come.
Yeah.
We would love to have Giselle on, right? Pick her brain.
Bring the dogs, the kids,
Yeah,
whatever.
right, exactly. Any outfit you want to wear was just fine with us. So, guys, is it possible that do you think he could play to
absolutely.
that high level at 42 years old?
You know, it's all injury. We all agree it's all injury based
Yeah.
right now. Like he could play well for 4 years. He could go out next year, have a knee problem, snap a collarbone or something like that, and that's when the thing goes off the cliff.
I just don't even like hearing that.
Well, but
He missed the whole season.
when they go, they go. The old guys, when they go, they can't come back.
I don't want to, but Tom Brady's different. Can we say?
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah.
He just keeps himself at such a level, his own personal, his own goals. I love it. I think he's
Yeah.
going to be, and I think he's going to be effective right to the end, too.
I think we're going to get 4 good years out of him.
Which is-
I really
We'll
do.
get
He
two
beats teams with
good
his-
years anyways.
But, Joe, it's never happened in the history of football, a quarterback post-40. Basically, it's just been field goal kickers.
It's so clear.
George Bland.
Yeah, well, he became a field goal kicker.
It's so clear.
He always was.
Yeah, but then he didn't become a quarterback anymore.
He would fill in the pinch.
Yeah, but-
Yeah, but
Made
nothing.
some nice fourth quarter comebacks late in his career.
Right, but he wasn't Tom Brady.
No, no stretch of the imagination.
Tom Brady wouldn't do it, excuse me, he wouldn't
Yeah.
do it if he didn't think that.
That's right.
Without a shadow
But
of a
Blander
doubt.
was a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, right.
It's so clear to me he doesn't want to play anywhere else. You know, he is basically saying, I really want to stay here. Every 2 years, he does a friendly deal. Now, he's getting paid.
Yeah.
Like, this whole thing that he's doing, like, he is getting paid,
getting
and he may be
guaranteed
a part
money,
owner.
right?
No, he's going to be part owner of the Patriots.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's so great that he's basically said, I want to end my career, and I'm going to do what I need to do in order to end my career.
How often do you see that in sports?
Never.
No.
But,
Never.
One team for that many years.
But playing at that level, I mean, this is not Michael Jordan playing for the Wizards here, boys.
Yeah, right.
I mean, this is a guy who's going to go into the 2016 season as favorites to win the Super Bowl.
And let's face it, this year, this old guy got hit pretty hard.
Oh, yeah.
Coming, you know?
Absolutely, yeah, right.
The
I mean,
Denver game alone was like a season's worth.
Oh, yeah.
Big hits.
yeah, if our offensive line had protected it all, and of course that's on Belichick because we have this window with the great Tom Brady, Brookline's own, and we really screwed it up this year
Yeah, he
because
will not make that mistake again. Trust me, he will go into next year with a deep offensive.
But they need tackles. They got interior line.
Those guys, you can get those guys anywhere.
so
Well, when Soto got hurt, they never could fit. They couldn't replace
Yeah, they
him.
didn't have it. Going into the year, they need to have a reservoir of offensive linemen to choose
Yeah,
from.
they'll prepare for that,
Yeah,
that's for
they
sure.
will.
So I don't want to make the young women, sad, and I know a lot of young women watch your show because of Joe, Jimmy G could go right now, right? I mean, with the idea that Brady's going to be here for 3-4 more years.
Wait a minute, yeah, he's going to be here 3 to 4, but he's getting older, and if he does get hurt, the healing time takes longer. Jimmy has more of a chance.
What's he got left, Joe?
2 more years.
You're trading him at the end of next year.
The end of next year, right?
End of next year.
Yeah,
they're
but
gonna
not
trade him.
this year.
No, I wouldn't trade him this year. I totally agree with you. He could get hurt this year.
And
you
you
get another year out of Brady.
Fifth-round pick for him.
No, yeah, do you guys know?
6 maybe.
Are you crazy?
No way, no way.
Why would they get injured?
Because all these personnel guys are in love with this guy. Every time you hear these personnel guys on other teams talk, they sit there and say, that's the guy who should have been the first quarterback drafted in that draft.
I mean, they literally put him in the same breath as Tony Romo. We may not like Tony Romo, but that's
in
a
the
big...
NFL either.
Well, that's the point, though. They have hope.
Remember, the quarterback's coming out of the draft. And also, I want to remind everyone that we have concerning quarterbacks coming out of the draft, we have super agent Lee Steinberg, who's going to be on the show next Thursday
that's
night.
the question to ask.
And he has,
What will they get for
He's had
him?
8 top number one picks in the NFL draft. Has had 8 of them, and he's the guy that Tom Cruise in the movie Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
He's the guy that Jerry Maguire kind of thought about.
That
when
guy's a 3-hour show.
yeah.
So I bet you he's got some war
Well, he
stories
had-
about these divas.
Yeah, he has Paxton Lynch. That's his, he's made a comeback.
guy this year.
These are very interesting story. This is going to be a great show on next Thursday night. We're so excited to have him on. But he has one of the top quarterbacks out of the draft, Paxton Lynch, coming out of Kentucky. But there aren't great quarterbacks coming out of this draft, guys.
Right.
And so Jimmy G would probably be the number 1 pick of the draft, right?
Well, the interesting thing that what they could do, and I texted this to you because we have that problem with the draft pick, right?
Yeah.
If we traded him for number 1, we'd only get our 29th pick back. But
Yeah.
if you ever could get someone in in 15 to want Jimmy G, you have them select the player you want. They draft a player.
Like
and
they
we
do in
swap
the
Jimmy-
NBA.
And we
Right.
swap Jimmy G for him,
And
and
they-
you've just screwed the NFL.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like,
That's
Roger
right.
Goodell's head would explode.
Right, yeah, that's right.
They might have someone in that spot that they really want to get to at 29.
Well, the NFL's got their share of problems. Goodell might not last the year.
Yeah,
And
well,
it'll have nothing to do with Tom Brady. It's
Yeah.
stealing all that money from the players.
well, I'm making a prediction that, we talked about...
making a prediction?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, hold on a second. Very, very important prediction. And I'm putting the hat on. I'm going to make a prediction. Remember how we talked about Greg Hardy, who came back to the Dallas Cowboys?
Not with the Patriots.
Yeah, so I am predicting that, today is March 2nd, 2016, that in the future, and this is going to obviously be a prediction that takes time, that Roger Goodell will spend more time in prison in the next 20 years than Greg Hardy. That's right, you're right. I'm already waiting for the perp walk for Roger Goodell. If you guys have not heard this week,
I usually poo-poo his predictions. This one I'm
if
cheering.
you have not heard what happened this week, the NFL stole $120 million from the Players Association.
That's great.
They
Got
literally
caught.
stole it.
Red-handed,
Under
right?
his watch.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
under
The
his
last year or two,
direction.
right? Got caught, and I guess we'll give it back.
No, they wouldn't give back. They made him take it to arbitration. The arbitrator just said, get lost. You lose.
Stole it. Stole it.
Great.
Can't wait for the perp walk. Seriously. I'm going to be there waving. Roger! Roger!
You wait, from your mouth to God.
Absolutely. I know. I got the
Please.
professor in that one.
Your mouth to God's ears.
Wait, I want to ask you, Professor, who do you hate more, Roger Goodell or James Young?
That's a close call. I have to put Roger Goodell.
All right, okay. All right, and while we go to continue with the Patriots, I want those picks back. I want those picks back.
We all do.
Yes.
And if that appeal hearing goes the Tom Brady's way, how can they continue to keep those picks?
Because Kraft just gave it up.
He did.
Brookline's own Bob Kraft did give it up. We've said that for months.
Very disappointing, Bob.
Yeah,
Very
well, again, I think Kraft showed up at those owner meetings, and Jerry Jones put his arm around Bob Kraft and said, Bob, you're going to take one for this team because you're not going to have any support in here if
There's
you
not
take the
a
NFL.
single guy in this room that's going to support
And I
him.
think it's very hard at that point in time to sue your club members.
All right,
The
so
country club.
all right, so but now time is gone. Do you think he's still?
Oh, I think if they lose, if the NFL loses this appeal, Kraft's going to have he's going to have another round at this.
Yeah.
I
He
think.
has to.
Behind closed doors,
Behind
we'll never
closed
hear it.
doors, he's going to have another go at this, and he's going to say, "Are you kidding me? You spent
Yeah.
$20 million of this league's money."
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And this guy
has
just stole $120 million and got caught red-handed.
Yeah. Right. Oh, absolutely.
And he's making us all look bad. Like Jerry Jones, it looks bad too.
Yeah.
It's a bad look for him with his players. He's the general manager, and he's complicit in this $120 million.
It just shows you how
Goodell and Mara are the ones that stole that
how
money.
sick and twisted the NFL.
It's hubris.
The
I
NFL
think Mark
offices are.
Cuban was right. I think the hubris will be the downfall of this league.
Yeah, hundreds of billions of dollars we're talking about, and they're worried about stealing $120 million
Tips
from
and
these
taxes.
players.
It's like tips and taxes for them.
Yeah, right?
$120 million.
Well, I don't think the owners were doing it. It was Pash Goodell, Kensel, those
Wait,
guys.
wait until they find a fall guy for this.
Oh, my God.
Goodell's gonna take the fall for that?
None of these owners are
They're
taking the
lining
fall
somebody-
for
They're
this.
lining some, Jeff Pash is going down with the ship on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting my name.
A bag full of money.
With a
I'm
bag
putting my
full of
name in on the list on every federal penitentiary right now as a visitor, because I want to go visit Roger when he's in prison once a month, and I'll make all my predictions
I'll
to
put a
him.
buck in his canteen.
All right, so spring training has begun, and I'm not going to talk about Hanley and Pablo. It's too emotional for me. So I'm going to talk about the Big Papi retirement tour.
Wow, this is a new you.
Yeah, no,
Are
because
you in favor of it, or you think it's bad?
I think it's going to end up being a major distraction on the team.
I agree.
Circus.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
circus.
And I love Big Papi, and
You
trust
love
me.
him too much.
Love him. Yeah, coochie coochie. There you go. I love him. And so cover your ears, Big Papi, because I don't want you to hear this. I love you so much, but your stupid comments about wanting to get a standing ovation in Yankee Stadium, right? Guaranteed that you're not going to get a standing ovation in Yankee Stadium. Do you not know New Yorkers at all? If he had just kept his mouth shut,
They
right?
can't, they
It's like
can't
having
stop
Barry
themselves.
Bonds on your team.
Well, no.
It's like, yeah,
Is
that's
it?
what it's like. Yeah, he's
Yeah?
like that. He's a circus act.
He's become a circus.
He's a great hitter.
Yeah,
but so is Bonds.
Right, no, right. And I think we're the only ones that truly love him.
I don't know, I don't think Pete loves him.
No, Pete doesn't love him. Oh, no, Pete doesn't love him.
Everyone in Fenway Park does. There's no one else that gets the buzz like him.
I know you don't. No, and I agree
I
with
like
you.
the act. I really like it when he comes to the plate and the game. I like all that, but
You like the player on the field and not the player off the field.
yeah, I really dislike his act now.
Gonna be a long year. Look, here's the thing. If we're good this year, it will be a very minor distraction. It'll be a nice little thing. If we're bad this year and this stuff's going on under our nose, gonna get ugly.
That's what's going to happen,
Gonna
right?
get ugly,
In
right?
every visiting park, there's gonna have to be something that holds up the game when everyone wants to get it on. And
I'm not gonna want to watch this when we're 30 and 40 and we're
Yeah.
in Cleveland.
Right.
And he's taking a second bow.
Yeah, and he's all smiles.
And how many games has he played in Dodger Stadium or in
3.
Petco Park in San Diego?
Right.
Where they're gonna play this year.
Right, and he needs to stop talking about it.
Right.
Okay, he needs to talk about the
Exactly.
season.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
Talk about the team.
He needs to get on the phone with his friend Derek Jeter and try to figure out how to handle this thing, because Jeter handled that whole thing quite well.
But Jeter was well loved. I mean,
Rivera,
obviously.
too.
Yeah, Jeter's well loved. I think Red Sox fans.
Yeah, Rivera was overkill though.
But no, I thought Jeter was ridiculous. That final weekend
I
at
didn't
Fenway
like
Park
Jeter
was
either.
ridiculous. I like Jeter, I respect him, but every time there was a ground ball to him, I was hoping to hit him in the face. And every time he swung, I wish he missed. Let's be honest, I rooted against him the whole time, okay? So what the heck, these whole standing ovations every time they go blah, 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 blah. Can we just stop the softness, okay? Because that's not, don't you think that
Selling the
was...
sport, though. They're trying to sell the sport.
No, but the Fenway fans were ridiculous, weren't they? I mean, that was like a big loving for a weekend.
Yeah, but Jeter's a guy, he was a Yankee, and you have to hate the Yankees, but could you really hate
Yeah,
Jeter?
I'm with Pete on this one.
No, not hate him, but it
You
didn't have
can't
to be.
root from one day of his career?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't one day, Pete. It was
Russ.
Russ. Right. So upset, Russ.
So can we get back to Hanley? Hanley's gonna hit 25 home runs this year, right?
Oh no, yeah, right. I know. We're
Now you
talking
got
about the
sweating.
professor. The reason we call him the professor is because he's much smarter than me. Okay, he's
25 seconds.
25 home runs and 70. Seriously?
More
Really?
likely than not.
Not a chance.
Okay.
The Red Sox front office spend their whole time thinking, how can we get Hanley Ramirez off this team? Okay?
He showed up in camp in shape at least.
Oh my God! Do you see him? You're talking
I
about
don't know
seriousness.
about
Guys
that.
who take things seriously, Pete. Every time they show footage of him, he's laughing and joking at first. Everything's a big little joke with him. What's that?
Keep it loose.
Oh, for God's
He's keeping it loose.
Oh my! I hate him so much. I can't even talk about
Sorry about that.
He keeps it loose in the middle of a game too.
But apparently you hate Pablo Sandoval more than you hate him.
I think the fact that Sandoval came into camp, again, Hanley could be a train wreck. I admit that. I think at least he shaped himself up a little bit and came into camp, all right, ready to go.
He did what they asked.
Pablo somehow gained weight over a winter, in which they told him, you got to lose weight, you got to come in shape. And he comes into camp looking like that.
At least
Are you
he brought
kidding
his
me?
glove with him.
I know, Joe. I can't get over him. I can't get over the guy. everyone in America knows they're turning you into a first baseman, and you show up to work without a first baseman.
Would a carpenter show up without a hammer?
I know,
You know, would an electrician show up without a...
Yeah, right, exactly. And they put his name on him.
I know. Where's the commitment there? Please, someone tell me what happened.
There's no commitment. If he worked for you guys, right? How long would you take for you to fire him? Would he even last the morning?
Wouldn't even get to
He would
lunch.
last the morning, right? I know all these people who, Brookline, very successful area, a lot of people employ people, right?
I thought we weren't going to talk about Hanley.
All right, you're right.
He's been dragged into the show.
Oh, I just want you to know, I want Pedro Alvarez.
Yeah, because he's in such good shape. So everyone, Google Pedro Alvarez and Google Images and take a look at him.
I know. So I'm
He's
looking...
Pablo Jr.
Right.
Right.
So I'm looking...
Pablo in waiting.
Because he's available. Pedro Alvarez, he's averaged like 30 home runs a year for the last 3 years. And unexplainably, he's just out there, right? Nobody has signed him. And so I'm thinking, okay, he'd be a nice guy for first base, right? And then Russ shows me the
images.
He's better than baseball players are the laziest big
not
tubs
good.
of goo of all time.
And then they wonder why they don't get signed.
You're right. It's unbelievable.
Except when Ben Charrington's got the checkbook.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh my God. It goes on. All right. Just want to mention. Let's go. We got to talk to the Celtics. We'll get off
Yes.
the. Okay.
Best team in Boston.
I'm going to tell you, Marcus Smart is must-watch TV, right? He, for good and for bad.
He watches a lot of soccer.
A lot of bad.
Yeah, he is.
He'll take a dive with the best of them.
But he's an extraordinary guy to watch. I mean, he's in every play, whether he's fouling guys, stripping guys,
In the middle of everything.
right, making up, doing the soccer stuff.
Everything but scoring.
Right, but
I'll take it. I mean, you cannot be upset with the way he's playing right now.
he's an exciting player.
Yes,
He's
he is.
fun.
He's really a hockey player.
But he is getting a reputation, like you said, for the embellishment stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
doesn't go too far.
Well, I have a
No, the
basketball...
referees don't like that, and then you stop...
No,
you're on
he's
the
got to
bad end
stop
of the
that
bargain,
crap. Yeah, I have a prediction. Another one. Should I put the hat on? Okay, I'm going to put the hat on again. Yeah, no, here you go.
hope this
So
Backwards, hat's backwards.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's all right. It's a
All
good
right,
look
it's
for you.
going to go into
Oh,
prediction.
yeah, right. No. I've got two predictions in basketball right now, guys. And I think, first one, after that, did you watch the Thunder, Golden State Warriors game?
Regular season basketball game I've ever seen in my
One in
life.
overtime?
Extraordinary game. Great game.
Yeah.
And Curry hitting that almost half-court shot.
30-footer.
Right. So they have talked about this. I didn't make this up completely. They have talked about pushing a line back to make a 4-point shot. And I'm telling you, these guys can hit these shots now from almost half court with ease. So I am predicting within the next 3 years, the NBA will have a 4-point shot, and I think that shot, Steph Curry's.
Oh, that's all right.
might
See,
have
I
been
think they're
for
going to move the three-point line back.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, first.
Okay.
Yeah,
But for three.
for three.
But can you see in the NBA at some point a 4-point
Yeah, I
shot?
can see that, yeah.
But that would be fun, too.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, because it would add...
You're always
Oh, it'd make a
Yeah, right.
comeback more of a potential.
Yeah, right, absolutely. Oh my God, that's and one more prediction. I have to make it before we gotta go. If the Cavaliers don't make it to the NBA Finals, Kyrie Irving will be traded. And I love Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Be traded to the Boston Celtics for Isaiah Thomas, Avery Bradley, and draft picks. Because I know Danny loves Kyrie Irving too. So there you go.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, you don't get that in the music. Cue the circus music. Bringing the clowns. Well, that's our show for tonight, and that went very quick. And I'm told that our show is super quick, so that's good. I want to thank the boys, of course. I want to thank everyone behind the scenes, of course, Adrian and Todd. Yes, please check us out on our website at thegrandstanders.com and tune in on our special show next Thursday night at 6:30 when we have super agent Lee Steinberg on the show. So that's
That's going to be a great show.
Great show. Can't miss. Can't wait. My name is Scott Kerman. Have a great night.
That is going to be...